Forage Facts, brought to you by DeltAg.
We hear this expression all the time. Be sure when you plant in a well-prepared seed bed. And I've had people ask me, when you say well-prepared seed bed, what do you mean? Well, you want a soil, you know, that even if it's a sloping soil, 2 to 5% slope or whatever in the hills, you still want the seed bed to be level. And what I mean by level is we don't want watermelon rows, we don't want divots in it, we don't want ruts to be going down through there where the tractor, you know, made ruts or whatever. You want a nice, smooth seed bed. You also want a mellow seed bed. And you know, there are all kinds of different pieces of equipment you can use. I mean, you can use a disc behind a four-wheeler. You can use a fence dragged behind that disc. The reason for the fence is because you're trying to knock the ridges out of it and make it smooth. Because in reality, most people are gonna go in, and you've seen this, we've done this here, they're gonna go in with a cereal grain and they're gonna mix that cereal grain with some sort of small seed brassica, or they're gonna use a small seed clover. There are all kinds of different seed mixtures now. You got real big seed that need to be planted an inch deep. You got seed that probably needs to be right on top of the ground. We're guilty of doing it all at once. The best way to do that would be to plant your cereal grain, incorporate it into the top inch of the soil, an inch and a half, and then come back and overseed the top of your ground with your real small brassica or your clover. We've done some of that here. But most of what we do is we blend the two together. We get away with it. It works very well for us for one reason. We have a well-prepared, leveled out, mellow seed bed. And that's what you gotta have when you start blending all these different seeds together. And so, no matter what you do when you look at it, the things you don't want, I think, are probably more important, and that is you don't want ridges, you don't want to continually plow the same direction every time you go to the field. It's always up and down, because this is a long, narrow field and it's just so easy to just go from one end to the other, back and forth, back and forth. Then you end up with what looks like cotton rows or corn rows running down through the middle of the field. So you got high, low, high, low. Then you go and you throw your seed in. After you put your seed out, you try to level it. So what do you got? You got seed that's 5 inches deep and seed laying on top of the ground. So the reality is you get that seed bed mellow and level before you put the seed out, and you're going to get a better stand, a better, healthier, faster growing stand every time.